Hello Ivan, I would like to present to you my business plan for the business and enterprise development assignment. The service I have chosen for my business plan is air tightness testing, and the plan is for a local carpenter, a man by the name of John Smith. The purpose of this plan is to ensure that I have thoroughly investigated the possibilities and the risks associated with John starting this service. John owns a carpentry service at present, and the air tightness testing service will run in conjunction with his business initially. The service John will be providing will be fitting appropriate air tightness barriers that seals to a new build and renovations in order to create an air tightness envelope. On completion of the envelope, the barriers are tested with a blow door test. This must be carried out before any further works can proceed in a new build. John intends to run seminars and training courses for homeowners who wish to improve their home's air tightness. John is registered with the National Standards Authority of Ireland in air tightness and will operate his business from his already existing offices. He's passionate about, and he believes the only way forward is sustainable housing, both for the homeowners and for the benefit of the environment. The long-term goal for John is to eventually stop doing carpentry work and concentrate on air tightness testings and solutions exclusively. Initially, he will allocate 1/4 of his working hours to the air tightness testing in the first year, to eventually, he hopes, full-time in 5 years' time. John is the promoter and owner of the business JS Air Tightness. He has an extensive knowledge and experience in carpentry and building passive houses, and has been self-employed for the past 20 years. He believes the way forward is low energy sustainable housing. He has airtight tested all his builds since 2007, a year before regulations for mandatory airtight testing in Ireland were introduced. In 2008 in Moycullen, he succeeded in taking a block build to a BER grading of A2, which is an impressive achievement in the industry today, never mind back in 2008 when it was not quite unheard of, but there were very few. There was only a couple of A2 block builds in the country at the time. He is passionate about creating environmentally friendly homes, and John has attended seminars in Ireland and has travelled to Germany to learn about sustainable housing. Now, what is air tightness? Air tightness can be defined as the resistance to inward or outward air leakage through unintentional leakage points or areas in the building envelope. As you can see from this diagram here, there's air leaking through plumbing, where pipes are coming out from the washing machine, the toilet, up the chimney. It's going out the windows, through the roof, ventilation. It's actually going through, you can see here, the light fixtures. There's air leaving the house there. Now, the need for an airtight envelope was first recognised in Sweden in 1966. The effects of air leakage include surface condensation, damaging decorations and enabling mould growth, the deterioration of building fabric caused by condensation, and just for the occupant of the house, there's discomfort caused by drafts and cold coming in, and cold rooms. Now, this here is the blow door that they would use for air tightness testing. As you can see, they place it on the door. It's completely airtight here. They have a fan which sucks all the air out of the building. Before they start the blow door tester, the person who's doing the testing will go around. They'll check all windows are closed throughout the house, and for any visual, anything they can see that there are drafts created, they will seal that up, so it gives a more accurate result. They'll start the blow door tester. It sucks all the air out. They will go around then with a machine that creates smoke, and as you can see here, if they're running the blow door tester, there's a draft coming in from around the electrical sockets. So this leads them, they need to know this has to be sealed up in order to make the house airtight. This here is an outer envelope of a building, making it airtight. After all this is installed, this is the special membrane and it's got special tape here. After all this is installed, plasterboard is attached on top of this. Air tightness testing. Air tightness is a relatively new service. There are not many people qualified in the country at present to carry out air testing. There are very few testers in Westmeath where John is based, and which would indicate that it's a good time to be getting into it in Westmeath and surrounding areas. The Conservation of Fuel and Energy Dwellings building regulations were revised in 2011 and are documented under Part L of the Technical Guidance document. The European passive house regulations are tighter in order to increase levels of energy efficiency. If Ireland continues to follow European passive house regulations, there will be a higher demand for testers in the country. Here you can see, this is where the regulations were. They first came into law in 2007, but they were revised in 2011. And you can see here the requirements of L1 shall be met by limiting heat loss and, where appropriate, maximising heat gain through the fabric of the building, controlling as appropriate the output of the space heating and hot water systems, limiting the heat loss from pipes, ducts and vessels used for the transport or storage of heated water or air, and also providing that all oil and gas fired boilers installed as replacements in existing dwellings shall meet a minimum seasonal efficiency of 90% where practicable. At present there is a shortage of housing in area, so I'll go through the SWOT analysis. The strengths are: John owns his own blower door tester. He has years of experience in airtight testing. It is now mandatory for all dwellings. It will increase the house price for the owner when selling. Dwelling is less expensive to heat, more comfortable to live in. It maintains the structure and prevents against mould and condensation. It reduced the carbon footprint of the build. Lack of housing in the country and promises of the government increased building is a strength. The government announced in January 2016 there is a grant available for first-time buyers up to 10,000 to get the property market moving. Now, a weakness of airtight testing is people's lack of understanding of and being unaware of the service. So people need to be educated, and this will come with time. The cost for the homeowners is also a weakness, because airtightness is not visible in the building, so it may appear expensive to the homeowner, because once you have, as we've seen earlier, the airtightness envelope in the house, plasterboard goes over that. So if you don't understand exactly what it entails, it doesn't look like a lot of work has been done. Now, opportunities are, it's relatively new service and there aren't many testers, qualified testers or registered testers in the country at the minute. And another opportunity, but we're running seminars and courses on air tightness, and John believes this could he believes homeowners who do self-builds would be very interested in learning about air tightness. Threats: testers can be undercut by unregistered testers, and a slump in the housing market would obviously be a threat to this service. Now, the advantages are: it reduces heat loss, therefore reducing energy costs. It improves selling potential in the market and reduces structural damage to the home. And as I said in the SWOT analysis, the initial cost of the test is a disadvantage, but I suppose it is recuperated over time with a reduction in heat loss from the building. And another disadvantage is relatively new to the market, and as I've mentioned already, people are unaware of this service. Now, at present there is a shortage of houses in Ireland. The target market is all new homeowners and builders within a reasonable driving distance from John's office. This would include the counties of Westmeath, Meath, Longford and County and City of Dublin. All builders and DIY homeowners are obliged by law to comply with the new regulations with regard to energy efficient standards. There is a shortage of housing in Ireland at present. According to employers group IBEC, Ireland needs between 35,000 and 40,000 new homes each year, and that was published in the journal in 2016. Now, the financial projections. The cash flow will be funded by 10,000 of John's own money and 10,000 of a bank loan. In the first year of operations, he projects the business will achieve a sales of €24,400 excluding VAT, and a net profit of €3,180 after deducting drawings. Profit and a 3,000 bank overdraft facility will fund ongoing cash flow requirements. In conclusion, from this business plan, I would conclude, considering John's experience, new regulations, and the expected increase in house bills, that this new service will prove to be successful. Thank you, Ivan, for taking time to listen to this presentation.